There are a few topics I'd like to touch on, including term limits. Thank you so much for the previous speaker. I appreciate you speaking today. But first, I'd like to discuss the recent property tax increase. In a 5-2 vote, Commissioner Eggers and Peters were the only ones who voted against this tax increase. And thank you for advocating for a rollback rate so you could at least keep our property taxes the same as last year. But unfortunately, the other 5 members of the board voted for a staggering $30 million tax increase. Pinellas already has some of the highest per median property taxes in the entire country. I'd like to point out that raising taxes doesn't just affect homeowners like me, but it also affects renters. And with the economy the way it is, rent is already skyrocketing. So why raise taxes now? Why raise taxes when Pinellas County already has millions of dollars in the reserves? Pinellas County has the lowest debt rate of any county across all of Florida. So this tax increase was unnecessary, and it's going to affect my property tax and yours for the next 12 years, to those who are listening. The reason given for raising taxes was for transportation, but there should have been ample money enough from Penny for Pinellas for sidewalks repairs, maintenance, things like that. But as we know, this millions of dollars in Penny money went to other projects instead. So that fund is depleted. But you guys could have used the American Rescue Act money. We have $189 million for that. I don't understand why that wasn't used because it can be used for transportation. I looked up the details. And I wanted to point out that since 1996, there's only been one tax rollback. That's 25 years with only one tax cut. So Pinellas residents, I'm going to go to the next point, which is term limits. I think if we had term limits, we wouldn't have tax increases every single year. We don't want unlimited numbers of terms for local politicians. Thank you, Commissioner Eggers and Peters, for talking about this and advocating for term limits last meeting. This should be up for a vote. So I'd like the board to draft language and put this question on the ballot. The last and only time that term limits were put up for a vote, 70% of voters wanted term limits. It's a great way to bring new people into office. Incumbents do hold an advantage, especially with our current voting and election system in Pinellas. And I'd like to applaud the canvassing team from Defend Florida. You're doing great work. Thank you for uncovering fraudulent ballots right here in Pinellas County. I hope our 2020 election is audited so we can see who really won those seats. The last election was very close. One candidate for commissioner lost by 0.5 percentage point, and the other who ran on term limits only lost by about 1 percentage point. This illustrates that there are a lot of people in the public who want term limits.
Thank you.
So one last